Well then, hello everyone, and welcome to the second round of this new Lrc season at Interlagos. I am your host Kvyatbona, alongside my co-host in Herman.
Good evening.
I think I'm definitely fit for an exciting race here in Interlagos, as it always is. Of course, at Tier 2, if you're paying attention to it, it's an outstanding season finale. But now it's been pushed back all the way to the second race, and lovely. We already have some problems, and there's AI. Hopefully it's not supposed to happen.
I'm pretty sure it's not now.
Okay. Do you see it too? Because hopefully it's just not just me.
No, only if you left. So the host.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. And okay, yeah, as I was just saying, the season finale at Tier 2 was really good to watch, but now it's been pushed back to the second round. So I think so, and yeah, great decision by the hosts of the calendar to do that, because obviously this is definitely not one of my favorite tracks to go racing at. So yeah, after we get the new lobby underway, we should be in for some pretty feisty action. Okay, it's time to check if everything works properly. Morning.
Sounds good to me.
I'm just hitting it on this stream. Yeah, there we go. So it does sound good, and I think we're gonna have to leave the session because
Yep.
this is prime German beat hosting, I guess. So, and geez, it's not even been 10 minutes, and we're already gonna go into intermission. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay. Rolling. Cool. Alright, so then, sorry for the mandatory wait. It's just mandatory that the Lrc lobby just needs to be restarted. It's a classic. After all, this is Lrc. So then, we are back after the break. Obviously, I'm your host, and my co-host is Herman. We already did the introduction, but still, here we are back at Interlagos. Hopefully, ready for some great qualifying action.
Yes.
Let's see, our first man out on the track is Blazer in the Haas. Don't think he was going to go back to this, so this is his first race back. You just see now Kateshi. There's a lot. I think a lot of these drivers making their first race starts didn't come for the season opener in Silverstone, which was quite eventful, I have to say. I watched a few laps of it. But yeah, now here at Interlagos, this is quite nice flowing. Increase the volume in a bit, sorry. It's a bit too loud. Not really. As Blazer takes his lap, I just have to do a bit of audio manipulation, sorry.
I'm currently watching Nuclear go around with his teammate in the second sector as they approach the start of their first offload.
Over Kvyatbona, so I think the corner to like maybe more focus on is to see the lava so it don't go wide. But right now Blazer is still going, but it's a bit shaky coming out Kvyatbona. Into Jinsao. Full pedal down the straight, good enough time needed from the house driver, and he comes across the line to set the paces of a 108.1. Who else is next across the line? It's Nadewell. He goes on the 108. Next across the line is Alec Trains, reserving for this weekend, a 108.6 for the LP driver. Darth Cumin next across the line, a 108.8, and the Aston Martin with Phil goes 5th with a 109.4. So currently, as it stands, Blazer holds the fastest time, and this is Williams just going to, I think it's the Williams and Coolest, also reserved for this weekend. Just
next up, both V carbs. Currently, Max Conner ahead of Nuclear Bubble, whose lap I've been following, and that looks pretty tidy so far. No snap oversteer at the start of the second sector, and looks like he might be challenging Blazer here. Let's see where he crosses the line. Oh, he's a bit off there. Maybe used a bit too much of his ERS early on because he started his lap with 60. So this is a banger time. He can still improve him with 40 minutes to go, but that is his first outing here.
Who is as Indy goes third fastest, so well improved time that we've seen on the board. Coming across the line again, looking to set another lap. Yes, it has a 108.4 for the house driver, and Alex Jones also
Coolest over the line into P5.
Into P5, so that's an improvement from the house driver. So Alex Jones gets it back. Let's see now. So still quite a lot of drivers.
That lap was also on the medium tires, and that's only 4/10 behind the current pole sitter, so that's very impressive by Coolest. While Phil's lap was also in the mediums, but that still was half a second slower.
just sorry, lower my audio just a bit more, and then we should be good to go, hopefully. Yeah, my fault, my sorry. There's a lot of drivers have crossed the line. You can see a Ferrari, 109.6. It's a very slow time by the other standards. Nuclear Bubble takes a little spin, and Nadewell improves his time with a 108.0, almost into the 107s.
Yeah, Ferrari has invalidated his lap time on the second attempt. He looked like he was trying to go for like a second outlap and have a second run on these tires, but a slower second outlap, and then he instantly invalidated in the Senna S, so he's looking to improve on that.
So we just checked from the top 7. It's only a gap of 5 tenths, so not really too tight, but it's not really too far either. Let's check that down the field with a yep, improves on his time. Is next across the line AJ, or he's gonna the pits, so he's already set his lap then. As let me just check back to what time Max gonna set as a 108.2. So we are creeping closer to 107s, and we'll definitely see some faster times later on in the session. So, Malone. He has improved his time though on sector 2, out of sector 2, and now he comes into the final corner. The Lrc Open for the Sauber. Let's just go trackside, which I have not done for the first time. Here it is. Across the line he comes. It's a slight, I don't think he set his lap, but it's a 108.9 regardless. So the only drivers to set their laps is Kateshi and last weekend's pole sitter Elias, who is on an outlap now. As we go over to Phil Malone, who is going to set his lap. No improvement in the sector, but I'm going to see on the sector times, which I don't have anyways. Oh yeah, and disclaimer, there'll probably be SimHub along the way soon, but currently I've not found a way to get that working. But here he comes now, Phil Malone across the line, DRS Open. Where's he going to be? He's going to be top of the timings. It's a 108.0, only 300ths faster than Nadewell, but still no 107s. Who is next across the line? That's the Alpine, I think it is, of I Like Trains, who is starting his lap. Bit of smoke coming from the tires, but will that affect him in his lap? So DRS Open down the main straight in Retro Aposta, as he now barrels down to the Interlagos, keeping within the lines in which he does. And now here we go, Ferragura. A few gear changes on this, and it's quite a lift of throttle as he does that really nicely. So it's looking to be a clean lap from the Alpine driver, who is also his own for this weekend. But let's see now through the I'm not gonna say that name. Through turn 10. But now as we approach Jun Sao, he does improve his time. And while that was happening, I didn't see him Blundy. He sets the first 107 of the session and goes top of the timings. But I like trains for his Alpine. Here he comes now. Across the line he comes in just a few minutes and seconds, and it's 7th, and it's provisional 7th for I Like Trains. Yep, here he comes first, and a 106, a second faster than Elias. Sorry, not Elias, Blindy. Already, yeah, what a lap indeed. Already starting as he means to continue, and already setting the paces of almost a second actually, just a 100th difference. But yeah, what a statement lap from Elias. And will someone beat it? We have just 7 minutes to go in the session to find out. 8 minutes, sorry.
He's on another set of on the old set of softs and just clocks some laps at the moment. So now Nuclear heads for the end of the second sector. Let's see where his improvement lies currently. Last of the running cars,
It's
just a
go
just
on.
a couple of hundreds he has found there after 2 splits. Let's see what he can do on the final straight. It seemed like he was losing out on his power output because he used too much ERS early and crosses the line. Only 13th. That is only an improvement of 2/10, and that is not what he's been looking for so far.
So only improves 1 position, but what about Blazer? How much positions will he improve by? He doesn't improve, but his teammate does. In Darth Cuman, he got a tow from his teammate actually, and sets a 108.1. Meanwhile, the reserve coolest sets a 108.1. I think I said a 101. Sorry, 108. I mean. And yeah, who's next across the line? Afari. Does he improve in his time, or is he starting the lap? I think he might be starting the lap. Oh, it's too far. I can't see it. He might be.
Perhaps also started the lap now, closely followed by the Red Bull.
Currently, I'm on board with Unatos, who's just joined us for this session. He was a bit late, but here he is anyways, on a lap. Who I think is at the Red Bull in front of Young Sub. Who's one of the RBs. Yeah, so some team colours have changed. So that's what I can tell you. Nuclear Bubble, not on a lap, so stick with Unatos, just coming out Jinsao. And now he'll be using all his DRS he can with the DRS. A few meters away, here he comes, opening DRS now. And barrels down the first straight. Where will he put his Alpine? Only 14th. And I mean, there is a lot of time to go, so there's a improvement to be made by Unatos, but yeah, for a man who was qualified 6th last weekend at Silverstone, finds himself 14th currently.
Perhaps it's on the last meters to close out the second run here with 5.5 minutes to go.
Oof,
11th. 4/10 he found there, and there's the Red Bull going into the pits again. Boarded his run. And next is...
Blazer, I think it is. Obviously, yeah, he's about to anyways. Yeah. And that's Unatos behind him. The Sauber Bafari. I think he's on a lap. No, he isn't. 2.6. No. Okay, so yeah. No, but nobody else, I think, on a lap right now. Perhaps, I think definitely on a lap.
Yeah, fuel lamp is on, so I assume everyone will come in now and have like a final run with a couple of minutes left.
Definitely have a nice final shootout as already another. Is that another? Who's that coming out of the... It looks like an... Oh, it's I Like Trains. Okay, so he's the first one to come out for the...
Now, Unatos is having his final attempt early then, maybe. Has restarted his lap now.
Oh,
and has found a 10th.
Okay, so he has probably saved DRS, so... Oh,
invalidated.
He's invalidated. I think he's gone. I think he went too close into the curb to extend the Super Logo. So that's invalidated. As Elias is retired from the session, so he won't be doing any more extra runs. And I think he thinks that no one will beat that time of a 106.9. And as it stands, I don't think that's going to happen. But the closest time to Elias is set by Lindy. Let's check the interval of it. Of only 6/10. So someone's going to have to find 6/10 in order to beat that outstanding time by Elias.
That's quite the Sebastian Vettel dominance from 2013 in Singapore. He has shown us there. Taking pole position while not going out for the final run in Q3, and yeah, it seems very likely that they will stay in this position.
And getting a Grand Slam with Singapore and Vettel. What about Elias? Will be the same today? Who knows? As we see now, I Like Trains to be improving his lap. He's 1 second behind that pole lap. Let's just change that. Here we go. He will be the first one of the final runs, or maybe if he does choose to save a bit of DRS and go again, maybe if he hasn't improved it, but let's see now.
Yeah, the teammate of the Mercedes, who's currently in second place, already started or attempted to start his final run, but Mr. Zoxon immediately invalidated it on the outside of turn 4. And I hope for him he has enough fuel in the tank, because he's gonna need some time in his lap to be found. And he lets people through so they can start his runs. But yeah.
Yep, I like trains. Goes P8, goes 8th fastest. I don't think he'll want to be there. He'll want to be a bit higher maybe. So if he does go on an Euro 7 run, he's only got a minute left. Only over a minute left. As we see Urban Elias. I keep getting confused. Sorry, Plindi. It's going a bit slow, don't you think?
Yeah, he has switched off the air, so
he's trying to save a bit of tires, and there we go again. As let's see now who's the closest across the line on a lap. Just checking now. Is it Mr. Zoxon? He started a lap. He's probably the last one. I think.
Lots of people still on the outlaps.
I think it might be coolest. Oh, outlap, sorry. But let's see. The Alpine of I Like Trains is
starting another one.
Yeah, he's starting another one. So I'm just checking now. Down here, AJ is on an outlap. I think there's an Alpine behind it. Unatos. Is it not?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So just checking. I think the Haas, or one of the Haas's, is first across the
Blazer.
line. That will be Blazer. So let's see where he puts his Haas. Being by his teammate when he had a tow. There's no tow for Darth Q in this time. Where will Blazer put his Haas? He'll put it P3 provisionally, and that's a very great improvement by Blazer. But let's see now who's next across the line. It's gonna be.
It's Nadewell.
Oof.
And third for him.
Yeah, Blazer had a spin and has retired. As has Darth Cuman. Sorry, I can't keep up with everything for now. Is that? Perhaps he's gone fifth fastest.
And Max gone fourth.
Afari third. Is that Bin Meister next across the line? No improvement for him. It's 500ths.
Unatos, no, that's in the second sector. I Like Trains maybe next. Yeah, next to cross the line, the Alpine. P8 again.
P8 again for I Like Trains. So it's the same position he improved up into. What about AJ? Where will he put his Red Bull? It's gonna have to be a good time for him. P4 for AJ. Great improvement.
And Unatos into P13.
Unatos crosses the line P13, and as it stands,
Nuclear Let's. And he stays 15th.
Stays 15th, so no improvement for Nuclear Bubble. Mr. Zoxon crosses the line, no improvement for him, so he will start P14. Is that Nadewell crossing the line? No, he won't.
Phil's next in P10 currently. Let's see where he can put his Aston Martin. Stays there.
No improvement, but it was 5 seconds, so he wasn't really pushing as much. I think perhaps next crossing line he's not pushing at all. I don't think there's much drivers pushing at all, to be honest. I think just
Coolest next. Let's see. Stays there.
No. And, yeah.
That's it, I think.
I Like
Trains is through as well. Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I don't think he's finished his lap. And yeah, Elias taking the right call to stay in the pits and take pole by how much? Like quite a margin, I can tell you that for sure. But let's see, by 6 tenths again. So Elias now back-to-back poles, one in Silverstone and one really big one in Interlagos. So yeah, excellent stuff by him, as it always is.
Yeah, and I think one of the ones who's been quite hampered by this result now is probably going to be Nuclear. He had a crash in the Silverstone race, is now looking to bounce back, but that is not a good start to the weekend. 15 out of 16th position after 18 minutes of qualifying is not what you're looking for.
Okay, so we'll just just go through. Afari was starting on the front row, now starts behind Blindy, who started 4th last weekend. AJ starts 4th, which is an improvement from last weekend, and the rest is there for you to look at. Of course, they don't give me time to read out the results, but yeah. Now we'll just go into a short intermission and we'll be back for the race. Welcome back for the 37 laps, 36 laps of this lovely circuit. So let's check who's on what strategy. So I see now Elias on the hard tyre, so he's going to go long, maybe try and extend that strategy and keep his lead for as long as possible. There's only two. It's both Ferraris actually.
Yeah.
Both Ferraris on hard.
Wanted to point that out that everyone is on the rather conservative way, but he's gone full ham with the hard tires at the start. Interesting to see if they can warm them up properly with this current iteration of the tire model. So Ferrari is in for some trouble if they get it wrong here already.
Okay, so as they are on hards, Nadewell, I Like Trains, Phil Coolest and Zoxon. They're on the soft, so they're looking to make up a lot of positions at the start, especially Mr. Zoxon, who is down here 14th. The rest on medium, so it'll be a normal strategy for them. Sec.
Game even suggests softs and hard as a strategy here. So that's going to be interesting how these drivers can extend. And there's been a spin by Coolest.
Yeah, spin. No, it's not by...
On the grid.
Oh, it's cool, yeah. Coolest by the Williams, okay. But, as I wanted to say, there is a short run to turn 1, so the drivers need to watch out. As we just see at the back of the... It's a very nice camera angle. Thank you so much, Codemasters. But here we go then. In Interlagos is round 2 of the LRC Championship. And it's underway. Who's going to get the great start off the line? Elias, looking a bit, but here comes I think it's Binmeister. Binmeister getting a bit squirrely out of the line. There's a bit of contact down the line. Someone going wide. It's a Haas and an Alpine.
That's Blazer. That's Blazer.
Blazer and Unatos, so they're getting a bad start. But it's Elias clean in front so far. There's a bit. Is a damage to the Sauber. I saw a bit of parts flying. There's Binmeister trying to force a move around down the inside in a Ferrandura. It's very impossible to do a move around there. But Elias has got a clean start and is in the lead. Meanwhile, it's down from Elias, from AJ to Nadewell. Fari, Max Khan, Darth Keeman, Kulis, Phil Malone, and Unatos rounding up the top 10. Blazer with a bad start. I think probably having to yield a bit.
There's been a contact with perhaps and one of the Alpines into turn 2, and both of them ran wide there, and there was no way to go back on the track safely. And instantly after that, perhaps almost hit the back of Blazer, so there was almost calamity for both of the Ferrari powered cars here. So they're going side by side now with I Like Trains.
Yeah, I've seen them on the main. There's contact. There's contact, and I Like Trains loses it into turn 1. With perhaps an I Like Trains, there's going to be a bit of a conversation in the studio about that. But Elias, side by side with Binmeister, is trying to preserve the lead. They almost come close to contact. They're still wheel to wheel now coming into Ferrandura. Will Binmeister do what Alonso did to Bottas in 2022? Not on this occasion. He stays behind Elias for now, but this battle is definitely heating up in the meantime, and we've got loads of laps for it.
I can confirm that there's no damage on the kick Sauber of a Ferrari, so seems to be all good for the green car at the moment. And Phil Malone and also Darkuman are lining up at the back of Kulis, who's currently a bit struggling. The gap has been opened up to half a second to the car in front. That's still within the DRS window for him, but he needs to be making sure that he's trying to get most of his tires. As Malone now passes Human on the inside, that turns to the outside for turn 2. There's enough space given by the Haas driver. Now Aston Martin is up into P8 as Phil Malone takes on Kulis, and EM now has retaken the lead from Binmeister as the Ferrari is now back into first place.
Good. A lap load of action to go do something that we always do. For some reason, this house very active, but I think AJ now down up into P3, and Nadewell is going to lose 2 positions, is he? No, he isn't. But Afari now up into 4th, and Nadewell all the way down to 5th. But here comes Maxcon down around the outside. Ooh, there's a bit of contact again. Kulis and Maxcon getting too close for comfort. Kulis has to go off the curb. They're still racing a bit. Hard. Look at the stream of cars. It's Unatos as Nuclear Bubble almost getting side by side with Unatos. And this race already 3 laps in is providing a loads of action as DRS open for Binmeister doesn't get past on this occasion. What's about on the straight on Retta Aposta?
And Blazer is up into P12, moving past Soxon. First piece of good snack off there in the DRS train while cars in front gaggled for positions. Let's see what the Haas can do.
Here we go now, Binmeister down the inside. They get too close for comfort again. Will Elias try and defend his position? We go into Ferrandura now. Ooh, again contact, but this is very good hard racing between the two I think championship leaders as it stands. No, it isn't. That's Binmeister is the championship leader. Elias finished 11th.
Oh.
Last race, there's a Ferrari. Is that Ferrari round? Ferrari and Nuclear Bubble, I think, making contact. They're around.
Like Trains hit perhaps in the side, and there was Soxon collected again, like he was in Great Britain on the end of lap 3 when they had contact with young Saf, and there was also McLaren involved back in Great Britain. Now, this time Soxon perhaps and Nuclear have been collected by a collision there, so they will be looking to get back into the
here comes
run.
Binmeister down the inside. He's getting a bit squirrely as he did on the first lap, but he's gonna try and take it into the inside. to Elias. These two have not given up fighting just yet. And Binmeister has the cleaner straight line speed, the cleaner air as well, and he finally makes a move to go to lead the race currently. But this has allowed AJ to catch right up with them and be in contention for the victory. As is Afari and Nadewell. There's a collision. There's collision between Binmeister's off. This is Binmeister off. He was leading the race and now he's gone all the way down to ninth and AJ leads the race. What a dramatic turn of events we've just witnessed now.
And there's been more dramatic scenery at the back because Blazer dived to the inside of Qman, his own teammate, and immediately gave back their position because there has been contact and he gone off the road. And he felt that was unnecessary by Blazer, and now they're swapped back. So P10 for Qman once more.
Yep, Elias is now teeing up a move on AJ. He's going to be round the other side at turn one through the center as we go. Almost a bit of almost coming together, but Elias manages to make it clean and gets up into P1, and AJ under pressure from Afari really trying to make this move up, but AJ is trying to take the lead back from Elias. That hasn't worked right now. The Phil Malone goes off the track, and that's allowing Coolest on the grass. He is, and Phil Malone right back up with him. Around Ferrandura we go, bit of bumping. Here comes MaxCon, almost barging his way through, and it was almost 3 wide through turn 8, sorry, as he's gonna go down the inside. We've seen so many moves work in the past. On this instant, it hasn't worked because Coolest is still ahead. As we now turn back up, look at the stream of cars from Coolest and I think it's Blazer super close together. I think the gap in front is now 5 tenths, but that's DRS is changing that rapidly. Here comes MaxCon. He's going to try and make a move down the inside, not on this occasion, but is it Phil Malone and MaxCon? Look how close they are together. Binmeister gets a penalty. That's not going to help him at all in his proceedings to try and get back up to the leading pack. Kateshi also gets a penalty. Loads of movements down the field, and it's just action upon action happening in Interlagos today. As here comes MaxCon around in Ferrandura down the inside. He's still wheel to wheel with Coolest.
Afari just dived to the inside of young Seth on the first opportunity he had on the first hairpin in the second sector. He was looking dicey on both of the straights, but there was no getting past of the Red Bull, and he's now up into second place with 2 seconds already created to him. And Nuclear's off.
Nuclear is off, and there's a really bad day for Nuclear Bubble. But here we go now. MaxCon overtaking Phil at the back of the field. Elias has pulled a gap of 1.9 seconds, so he is safe from the DRS range, but there's still loads of actions. We see the streak of cars from making contact is and someone's round. It's Kateshi, he's round, but just can't keep up with the action happening today. As now Phil Malone, Unatos and Coolest fighting for 6th position, and is Unatos trying to find a way to
and Nuclear again.
Bubble, yeah, Nuclear again. So he's having a really bad day. Is he who
perhaps also re-overtook Soxon after his earlier incident in this exactly turn. He's passing to gain positions and time back on the guys ahead, because if they keep fighting each other in this DRS train, he's soon on their back, and the next 2 cars are also in hand of a 3-second time penalty each. So let's see if we can get these tires working again and back into the rhythm to secure a spot in the points before probably the pit window happens.
Comes Phil Malone down the inside in turn 1. He's gonna make it work. He is, but we got Retro Apostle to go, and Coolest is gonna want that place back. So here he goes now with DRS open, but he's gonna have to be wary behind of Unatos, who's looking to make a move, trying to trick Kudis, but it's not going to work for the British driver. Very close to the back of Phil Malone. As we look around the Ferrandura, he won't do it. But what about a dive bomb into turn 8? Usually doesn't work, but doesn't do it on this occasion. As yeah, it's just as not much. As yeah, we are a bit calm now, but there's still loads of laps to come of the action here. As we check up the field, 2.5 the gap now. So and Binmeister down to 11th. So he qualified 3rd, I think, and down all the way with no points to his name currently. As here comes the AJ, trying to see if he can make a move, but Afari had a little bit of a bad exit coming out of the center S's. That's going to allow.
Oh, they're scrabbling 3 wide into center S's, and now Unatos is trying to get away from Q-Man and onto Coolest. But there was no opportunity for the Alpine. And now they're scrambling for position again as Blazer is re-overtaking his teammate. They're closely matched together. No sheet of paper can fit in between these cars tonight. As Phil is currently safe from Coolest because he had to watch from his back.
Yeah, perhaps Kateshi making a bit of contact. There's a lot of hard racing here, and especially, as I wanted to say, with the Haas teammates, they're racing each other really hard. But, yeah, don't really see usually a lot of this much teammate racing. But now already Nuclear Bubble has pitted, but he's going to be lapped soon by Elias. He's already 3.4 seconds, 5 seconds ahead. Let's go down to the action. With Phil Malone to Darth Kuman. 2 Haas drivers still racing each other very hard. Will he try a dive bomb? Oh, sorry. Into turn 1. It won't work yet.
They continue to fight like this on the edge. They will soon face penalties. Now there's a side-by-side moment for Unatau and Coolest.
Is going to end well. It does, and Unatos up into 7th from his bit of bad qualifying. But here comes Blazer side by side in Ferrandura. He'll back out, and that's a smart thing to do. But but Phil Malone has to be looking in the mirrors because Unatos is all over the back of him. Coming now into turn 10. No move just yet. Very close together though, and Phil Malone still on those soft tyres. He's still currently ahead, so he's doing a very good job of them soft tyres, but they will degrade soon, and so now he will tee up a move, the Alpine driver, maybe into turn 1. So here he comes now, DRS open, left, right, which way is he going to go? He's going to stay behind, but maybe try an overtake round, turn 1, no, he won't now.
Coolest into the pits. One of the soft tires runner to pull the trigger first here inside this group.
Soft tires taking their toll, but here comes Unatos. A very good camera angle, and it's easy as that. DRS open and swoops to cover off Phil and takes P6. So now, while it's just a bit calm, it will get feisty again when we get out of Jinsao. So let's just check the positions gained and who's got more, who's received the most positions. Tyre, who it is. So then Unatos, of course, recovering from his very bad qualifying, 7 positions gained. So this is a very great recovery drive from the Alpine driver. And Binmeister, who was involved in a contact a few laps ago, is all the way down in 8th. Meanwhile, there's moves down the field. Oh, sorry, that's
Ferrari into the pits.
Into the pits, and as I was saying, Blindy having a very good race, turning into a very good qualifying to a very bad race so far. But we do know he has speed. He's shown that at the British Grand Prix, so he's gonna have to try and make a recovery drive.
Oh, a spin from Kateshi! And he got reset to track. Just wanted to point out quick thing. Coolest went from the soft to the hards now. and just pitted. Kick Sauber of a Ferrari went from mediums to mediums, so he's currently on the 2-stop actually, which is surprising. Also earlier than the rest of the soft runners, and he has been in this position right now where he led the train of Young Zev and Natewell, but he wasn't pushing because his battery management was way better than from the drivers behind. And he's looking like he wants to push now, and with the fresh set of mediums on his car, he is looking very acy in my opinion right now.
This fight still raging on.
Oh yeah.
Darth Cumin. Now I think Unatos has gone well ahead of the pack. But now Binmeister making his recovery drive is going to overtake all of them, and up into 6th he goes. But Darth Cumin in the asses. Oof, I thought they were going to make contact, and I like Train's 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but he's all the way down in 12th, so it won't affect his race as much. He won't score points regardless. But here comes Darth Cumin around the outside of trying to go around the outside of Blindy. Not on this occasion. It doesn't work on this occasion, but his teammate is very close to him, as is Phil Malone, and this pack of drivers goes flowing around Ferrandura. But yeah.
Alec Trains has now exited the pits, and as his closest rival right now has fitted the hard tires for his probably next and only remaining stint in this race. So different strategies coming out from different people. Let's see when the other soft runners are pitting, and Young Surf is pitting from 2nd place now. Red Bull into the pits. Let's see what they think is the best call to do in the strategy here tonight. And he's onto a set of hards. So Natewell is in need to respond soon, because these tires are probably falling off soon. And there's a new fastest lap.
Yep, that's a Ferrari saying the fastest lap on his new medium, on his new set of medium. So he's gonna be looking to go straight back up into where he left off a few laps ago. Here comes Elias, overtaking Glazer, who just overtook him coming into the San Andreas. Into turn 1. But now we go into Ferrandura. Elias, Blindy, still standing his ground, as is Darth Cumin as well. Phil Malone, Phil Malone and Nadewell still out on the softs, still out on their same sets of softs, the same sets they started the race at. They're still on 14 laps, and I think they're definitely taking their toll now. They definitely have to pit soon, because those soft tires won't last any longer as the pack now just spreads out a bit. Elias still within DRS range of I said it again, Blindy in DRS range.
And pit stop for Nadewell as for Unatas, and just wanted to point out Peps has been overtaken by a Ferrari, and the current gap between the Kick Sauber and the only Red Bull is like around 5.5 seconds, so there's been a huge undercut, although he still needs to pit again, by the Kick Sauber of a Ferrari. So these hards need to come into shape soon for Young Zev, because there has been some disadvantage of staying out for longer on these old soft, like he did some couple of laps ago.
Contested retired in the pits, and that's an end of the
miserable
day for the McLaren driver.
And Phil has pitted on the new sets of mediums that will bring him to the end with around 20 laps to go. So let's see if he can make his way past some of these hard runners, and obviously some people, including both of the Haas drivers, have not pitted yet. So let's see who pulls the trigger there first. Currently Blazer is in front, so he wants to have pit priority, unlike Oscar Piastri today. So there's gonna be a move into the pit lane by Blazer, as I just say that. Don't speed now. And he sped.
Oh.
And there's a 10-second time penalty for Blazer.
Exactly.
Way too fast.
Yep. Exactly. Right on cue, as you said it. The Darth Cumin now stays out, and the Ferrari will have virtual P2. But so many seconds.
Oh no! Max Con hit the pit entry wall!
Has he hit the pit entry wall? And I think, is he missing a bit of his front wing?
don't see it, but maybe there's some damage on his side because visual damage is not really displayed when there's like a bit of damage. But there's been contact with the wall on the inside of like this little bend, this little turn inside the pit lane exit. And let's see if there's any disadvantage from his car now, because the aerial performance is already affected by some margin, even if you hit it with a slight green or yellow touch. And he got away with a scare there for a second, so let's see what he can do. And he is currently far away from the group he was fighting with. Phil Malone is way behind him. Unatos also not in reach, so he seems to be going quite well so far. And there's been another spin by Nuclear.
This gas nuclear bubble, so he's
and Maxcon has left.
I think
that's a disconnect.
Yeah, Maxcon has disconnected. He did say in the league chat they will disconnect by lap 20. Well, he's 3 laps early, 2 laps actually. And yeah, is that eventually the end? But let's see if his AI can bring him into the points. Meanwhile, the Haas still exchanging positions, even in pit lane. But let's see now, will he come out ahead of Phil Malone and Unatos? He does indeed, but not for long. There's a bit of contact from Unatos and Darth Cuman. He has to go straight off the track to try and keep the car in,
There's been another spin by Nuclear, but he's just trying to get out of the way.
Yep, as I said, just trying to keep the car on the road. But yeah, contact between Unatos and Darth Cuban, so we'll see what the stewards have to say about that. Meanwhile, Phil Malone trying to take a different line compared to Unatos. As let's see now, he will have DRS down the straight. As is, I think it's Neighbor and AJ and Nuclear Bubble eventually has to retire from the race because there's no points for it. As here comes Phil Malone round the outside. I got in the wrong position. Here comes Phil Malone round the outside with Unatos diving straight behind him so he can get the slipstream. But unexpectedly, Darth Cuman sends it down the inside and he's ahead of Unatos. He gets his revenge in the end. But now what about Unatos? He's going to have to try and get his position back. And Darth Cuban will also be catching up to Phil. No moves this time. As we have Maxcon and Blazer, they're fighting together. And
Binmeister's been overtaken by a Fari into the hairpin of turn 10. What a move by the Kicksauber. Both of them were closely matched, but the fresher tires of the Kicksauber currently gave that advantage to him, and the Mercedes was left stranded on the outside there as he dived through the inside. And that is very critical because Nado is on fresher tires behind and was in that fight, remember, from before the pit stops. Has jumped Young 7 is now trying to get back onto the points bank position because P1 and P3 still need to pit at least once. And let's see in what position the Kicksauber can be when it's time for these pit stops.
Yeah, the only drivers who have not pitted this race is Elias in front, but I think he'll definitely preserve the lead. 21 seconds in front. Verstappen 2023 level domination we're seeing here. And I did say at the end of qualifying there'll be a 2013 Grand Calais Singapore style, and it looks to be doing exactly that. As a load losser moves in this pack, especially Unatos was down in 12th and now down to 10th. And there's big contact between Maxcon and Phil. Phil keeps his car on the road, but I think Maxcon, does he have wing damage this time?
Yeah.
He does, yeah. His
front right.
Yeah, front right. And he spins into the barriers. Has he got on the race? No, he hasn't. He's kept it. And has he lost even more of his front wing? Probably has. It's not visually there, but I definitely think he has lost more and more of his front wing, and he's all the way at the back. So it's gonna have to be a huge effort to at least get back with these guys fighting for ninth right now. As Darth Cuman has DRS down the inside, it'll be an easy move as he won't be side by side with Unatos. But Phil Malone also very close. But I think, does Phil Malone have any damage? I don't think he does. Yep, front wing seems to be good. As here comes Unatos with DRS. Let's hope for no contact this time. As Blazer's actually much in front, should I have mentioned. 2.7 seconds in front is Blazer, so he has 8, but that time penalty will prove crucial. I think it's a speed.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds, so he'll finish. I think he'll finish like 13th or so, around there, 12th probably. But, yeah.
Youngstaff is now closed in on Nadewell, so with Afari still needing to pit once again because he's only been on medium tires this race so far, if I caught that correctly. He's still in the hunt for second or third place and is already inside that DRS window as perhaps now makes his pit stop.
Yeah.
Almost went off there because of late braking, and he's probably onto a set of maybe even soft tires. Let's see what the Ferrari crew has prepared for him. Yes, that's soft tires for the red car, and that's probably what our current leader is going to be doing maybe at the end of this lap. And perhaps now has a nice stand in front of him, and Max conducts into the pits. Currently a miserable day for VCAB as both of them are currently not in points paying position.
Almost making contact again. Darth Kuhn and Unatos on the rear wheels. But they're still on track. They're still fighting. They're not giving up. Almost going into the back of Unatos in Ferrandura. Now we're going into turn 8. He's not going to be any dive bombs happening. I think one dive bomb happened with a Ferrari and another driver. Can't remember who the guy. Still.
Pit stop for Binmeister. Pit stop for Binmeister. 21 laps on the mediums. Probably switching to the softs now. Mercedes is ready for him.
There is a bit of red there, and he'll go on the soft tires. And maybe this will maybe be his turning point of the race after his collision loads of laps ago. But now still this pack of cars. Phil Malone, Unatos, Darth Kuhlman, who gets a penalty actually. And Phil Malone, the only one in this pack who does not have a penalty, and it won't affect his race. But here comes Unatos, nevertheless, round the outside of Phil, into the Interlagos. And will he try and get it back around Ferrandura? I don't think he will.
Pit stop for our leader.
Yep, as Elias comes into the pits. And Ferrari 20 seconds behind. But let's see, will this be
also
a
soft tires?
Fast stop for Elias. It will, as it is. As a Ferrari just comes down the main straight now, but I don't think it will be enough to get in front of the lead. As now out comes Elias out of the pits. That's just has to keep it within the lines and no collisions. But Ferrari will definitely be a bit close. But he will have soft tires, and Ferrari on 11 laps mediums. It's going to be quite impossible to catch him. Meanwhile, still Phil Malone almost 3 wide in turn 1. And very close together is Darth Kuhlman and Unatos. These two have been hammering. These two have been hammering at it all race. As now he opens DRS down to the run at the Interlagos. He's gonna try be late on the brakes. Ooh, he's side by side, but he gets very close as Binmeister picks up another penalty. It's not going well for Binmeister currently. He was fighting for the lead, and now sees himself at the bottom of this pack, so he's going to have to try and make moves quickly. He's going to try it now. Down turn 8. He's side by side with Unatos. Doesn't make it stick, unfortunately. He's going to try and do a switchback, and now try again into turn 10. He does. Very close together with Unatos. Somehow they don't make contact, and now entering Junsao. Binmeister is actually ahead of Unatos. Very great racecraft shown by the whatever nationality he is, I guess, because it doesn't show in my notes. But now he has DRS. He's gonna pick another car off in Darth Kuhlman. No moves just yet, but he will be looking into Retroposta as Koteshi leaves the session after DNFing. So here he comes now. What about the RS? Let's just check on board with him. He has a tank load of DRS, so we'll be safe in that. Oh yes. And we almost have 10 laps to go, and we've not received a single safety car. So it's very nice to see. Of course, it was a bit of a hard. I wouldn't say unfair racing, but it was definitely hard racing, and I think that's what we like to see, just pure entertainment. This, as this provides us, as Elias unsurprisingly sets the fastest lap, and I think.
And he pits for the final time. He thinks that the softs only last 10 laps, and he's probably coming out behind that group of cars that just has left the last actual turn, because the rest is flat out, and they are onto the pit straight now, and he might be in trouble for being in that group, because even though he still has no penalty, he wants to catch the top 3, and that's like 10 seconds ahead. And they're now side by side, and he won't get that.
Yeah, but there's an insane battle here. Phil Malone losing 2 positions down into turn 1. Darth Cuman had to go defensive to avoid the move from Binmeister. But as we go into the Interlagos, coming out Retro Poster, Binmeister is in 6th place, and Phil Malone is gonna have to fight for it. But meanwhile, this has allowed I Like Trains to catch up with the pack. But Afari on new soft tires is straight with him, and he will make the move. And I Like Trains on an alternate strategy, on Unatos, won't try and fight it as much, but he's still gonna have to make moves as I Like Trains goes a bit wide, and that's allowed Afari to make another move. So the soft tires are coming into shape, of course, with a few laps to go. So it definitely will work for these drivers, as he's gonna try and make yet another move as Afari with DRS heading into turn 1. Is he in shape to do a dive bomb? No, but Darth Cuman's is going overtaking straight, and Afari sending it, absolutely sending it,
and gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles on top.
I think he exited a bit too much out of track limits. I don't know if that's his first penalty of the game. We'll check soon. But here comes I Like Trains with Phil Malone, backs out of it because there's already another battle happening between Darth Cuman and Afari. But I think Afari will pull ahead in a few sector times, in a few mini sectors times. But the two Alpines going at it, almost going wheel to wheel with Phil Malone. As let's check now with Nadewell and AJ. This is the battle for 2nd place so far in this race.
Yeah, they've been chilling in the DRS train with each other for some laps now, and they're unbothered because, as you can see on the track map, there's no real pressure. Only Coolest is chasing down Blazer, but he has a 10-second time penalty and is currently relegated behind that group of cars that have been battling non-stop throughout this race. And as I said, Phil Malone gets past Cuman once again.
As does Unatos on his teammate, and into 10th position he goes. He won't be unaffected because his teammate also has a penalty, but if perhaps gets within that 3-second window, I think he'll overtake the both of them. As Phil Malone still the leading car in this pack. It's been an absolutely crazy battle between these three of Unatos, Darth Cuman and Phil Malone, the most prominent drivers in this pack, as Blazer picks up yet another penalty. I'm going to have to check those soon, but for now, I have no business in doing so because they're still very close together. But Binmeister and Afari, who has been fighting with Elias in the beginning of this race, are back fighting together now on new soft tyres. Of course, Binmeister having the older set, as Zoxen also picks up a penalty. It's penalty galore almost here in Interlagos. But now, Afari with DRS into turn 1. He looks a bit more faster than the Mercedes, but here he comes now. Afari going around the outside. Binmeister going to try and stick within this contact, but Afari in the end gets in front. But Binmeister will have the run down into Retro Aposta. So let's see what he does now.
And Phil Malone, 3-second time penalty.
I was just about to say Phil Malone. So everyone in that pack who has been fighting for so many laps all have time penalties. As we say that, they're overtaking nearly everyone. Binmeister and Afari, they're going wheel to wheel through Ferrandura. Is Afari going to make this move stick? He is. Great move by Afari, who's been showing lots of good overtakes this race, as he was trying to catch up to Blindy in the first place. But will Elias? I said it again. Blindy, Binmeister. I'm just going to call him Binmeister at this point. Binmeister, will he try and respond? He's going to have to. because I think they're catching up to Coolest, but mind you, does not have a penalty.
Yeah, also someone who has no penalty but needs to get a move on with 6 laps to go is perhaps he's still like in a sort of 3.5 second window, and some of these guys have like 13 to 6 seconds worth of penalties, and he's gonna be promoted by some of them if he can get a move on, but he's currently not in the DRS train. That makes it a bit tough for him on the straights, and they are quite long here, so he needs to find something with these fresh tires in the corners.
Yep.
And Afari, another 3-second time penalty. That's the second already in 8 laps, and he had none before the lap of 22.
So I think, oh my goodness, Binmeister getting all shaky. He was shaky coming out of the center S's, so he's losing a lot of grip, is the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, that is true. Human is now facing the problem that he has no DS from the car in front anymore, and Phil Malone and Unatos, as well as his teammate Lrc are trying to get within an opportunity to make a pass stick here, even if Lrc has severe loads of penalties here. Is there a move at the front? Gullis was very close to Blazer, couldn't get it done. Maybe he's also not willing to do it because there's so much risk in it, and also the driver is now trying to take him around the outside for turn 4. Has a time penalty. Afari on the outside. Is there enough space? Oh, they tangle a bit on the outside there, but the kick Sauber has moved past the Williams.
Phil on the spun coming, trying to go wheel to wheel with Darth Cuban. That's ruined his race entirely. Perhaps he's now almost colliding into the back of the Aston Martin. But Phil Malone in this fight with Darth Cuban has been sent spinning and now down into no point position. Afari now gets up into P4. Let's check the penalties real quick. Let's see. So 13 seconds for Afari, as is 13 seconds for Lrc. So as it stands, Lrc is gonna be sent all the way down to the grid, and perhaps will salvage a point. But maybe it's gonna be 2 points if he can get within that 3-second window, which as it stands doesn't look likely. But let's see now. Lrc and Unatos, the Alpines. It was the Hasses, and now it's the Alpines fighting in these final few moments of the race. They're still very close together. With the DRS is open now for Unatos as he goes down the inside and overtaking on a fair basis. But the time penalties are gonna have a very, very big effect on the race.
The only two who don't seem to be battling apart from P13 and 14 is still the duo of Nadewell and Young Sev, and I think he's lining up that move for the final opportunity, maybe into turn 4 on lap 36, and currently they take it easy. They have an 8.3 second gap to the next car, who's also been in hand of some penalties themselves, and they are just cruising out here. They just have the ERS set to medium. There's a bit of the DRS usage from the Red Bull behind, because he's been struggling in some of these low speed corners the last couple of laps, but he's still within that DRS window as the fight continues in the midfield.
Yep, here comes Darth Cuman. He's up into 9th, gets very close to Lrc, but now he's side by side with Unatos, who he's been fighting all race. And
Phil is in the wall!
Oh,
Phil is in the wall!
But he's managed to keep going, and if that was even worse, would that have been a late safety car? But maybe I didn't. But I think I probably would have had like some laps to go for a final shootout. Oh, just imagine the drama that would have happened as he goes off the track, and yeah, after that collision
that's also seemed to be without contact from perhaps. They were close behind when entering the first turn, and then on the left hand side he just lost it maybe on the curb. So yeah, difficult angle to see from the TV camera, but he lost the front wing completely on the left hand side almost, and he's gonna be limping back to the pits.
Yeah, I think he does have front wing damage after that.
Yeah.
his race practically ended, unfortunately. But the closest battle currently on track with Dolph. Should go back there. Not close together, but Afari, Blazer actually will have the run into turn 4 to Interlagos, but nothing doing. It won't matter anyways because he has 13 seconds worth of time penalties. As see now movements in the pits because Phil Malone is into the pits, so maybe he'll try and steal the fastest lap at least from Elias, who has been absolutely dominant from start to finish, and he'll go on to the penultimate lap, and it's been an exceptional race from the Bahraini driver.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding drive, and I can see that despite half the age of his tires, Blazer is still keeping up with the Kicksauber in 4th position. He has more penalties than him, but that's still a nice effort, and is now moving past with the DS as well into the first turn, and there is a swap position, one of the Ferrari customer teams, and he's now into 4th.
I like trains. Has just about played his teammate, but his time penalties will be impacted as Afari was sending it down the inside, I think, onto Blazer, and is ahead currently as AJ gets a penalty, but no, I think he'll be safe. But it will impact his battle for P2. So if he somehow pulls a 3-second gap within this lap as Elias comes to start the final lap of the race, unless he pulls a 3-second gap, he will get to P2, but it's very unlikely. But I think regardless, he'll go for a battle, and maybe he'll actually try and pull a 3-second gap as Nadewell moving on the inside, trying to get the slipstream for 2nd place. So AJ is ahead, but it will impact his race as Blazer goes in front of Afari. And
I Like Trey overtakes Q-Man into turn 1 now.
A lot of movements on this final lap. Of course, everyone is using the ERS, and very close racing between AJ and Nadewell. Nadewell's probably in the cockpit thinking, why is he fighting this? He has a 3-second penalty, and it will impact his race regardless. I don't think he'll pull a 3-second gap within the final few corners. But I will tell you who is coming through the final few corners. It's the Bahraini driver of Elias, who had a really bad race in Silverstone, but has come back to crush everyone at Interlagos. It's a victory for Elias. It's a grand slam for Elias. What a drive from the Bahraini driver. Really solid throughout the start and finish of this weekend. It was pole, and now here he is on top. AJ comes.
It will cross the line.
It will be
in 3rd, but it will be promoted.
Yep, but AJ will confirm his podium. Blazer next across the line, but he will be going down the field. And Kulis, the reserve, gets 4th, but it won't be any points for him as he reserves a bit of crashing down the field, as we like to always see. Perhaps there will be no points for him, unfortunately. Or is he? Oh, is he?
Oh!
So he's, and
I Like Trains penalties, yeah.
Yep, just the effect of the penalties for I Like Trains has got perhaps at least a point, so it is a double points finish for Ferrari. But yeah, has Phil Malone stole the fastest lap?
No, he was lap too soon, and he was basically a lap short.
Okay.
There was no attempt from him, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the end of a very, very fine race. Darth Kuman gets to drive the day. We'll see if we make a pole for it. But yeah, what a race. Action from start to finish. It was absolutely terrific to watch.
There was no safety cars. Obviously, some incidents were in there, but still kept it clean throughout this midway fight. And as you can see, the top 3 are now out on the podium now. And I think no one has been as close as Nedway is currently on the podium to EM, because that was such a dominant drive. 16 seconds out, was 21 ahead of Afari before he pitted for the 2nd time. So just pure dominance.
actually confirming my status of a Grand Slam. I don't know if because obviously he was fighting with Bidmeister. I think Bidmeister did lead a lap in the end, so I don't know, but we'll check back and we'll confirm it. Who knows? But yeah, there is your race winner, a 108.7. Nobody else has set a 108. Just dominant from start to finish, and it's a well-deserved win for Elias. Nadewell, P2, and it's AJ at P3. He gets his first podium of the season, and yeah, that's your top 3, and everyone else in the top 10 and top 11 back down there. Blazer, where's he finished? Off.
9th.
Okay.
He was 9th.
Okay. Alright, I took a clip of the results, and after a short intermission, we'll be back for the driver interviews. Thank you for watching the race, and we'll see you in a moment. Well then, after that very terrific race as it always is in Interlagos, we'll be now jumping on for the driver interviews. So then, our first candidate on the list is, as always, Elias, the man who dominated the race from start to finish. So let's get him in first. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah,
Hi.
I think I think the race sums it up by itself. Dominant from start to finish, and I think it was very very good. Of course, the battles in front in the first few laps were also very nice to watch. But any comments from your perspective?
Yeah, it was a great race. Made up for last week because didn't really have a good race last week. Made quite a bit of mistakes, so tried to make up for it today, which I did. P1 fastest lap, and the fighting up ahead in the beginning, what I experienced was clean. I nearly got collected by Shadow, so I was pretty lucky to have slowed down when I saw him spin. But yeah, I mean, we went for a different strategy, and I don't think anyone expected the hearts to be good in the beginning. So yeah, I'm very happy with today, and the championship, like my championship fight, just started today.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely.
mean, nothing more to add.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we're in a very tight battle in the championship because I think obviously Bin Meister has dropped a bit of points, of course, with a contact at the beginning laps of the race. But yeah, I think this championship is definitely on, and I hope we get a really good fight for it.
Hopefully, I think he just spun on his own because he
Ah,
spun, and yeah, I didn't make any contact with him.
okay,
Thank God.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, because there was a lot of cars, so I couldn't really see what was happening.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was very close.
yeah, okay, that's all I have to say. Herman, is there anything from your side?
Uh,
Just a general feeling of how you selected to be like in the position for these hours, because in this game tire model is not great at the moment and warm up is pretty heavy. If there's an early safety car, you might be struggling to keep them alive. Do you feel that confident that your pace was that good, or did you just enjoy them that much?
I was. What the fuck?
That was fair for a
Yeah,
quick
Yeah.
comment there.
just joined.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Um. So I was pretty confident. I mean, starting on the hards is always a risk. You know, there's a risk of an early safety car, but we went for it, and I'm glad it worked out because I believe it was the right strategy. But even if there was an early safety car, I was always feeling confident like throughout that whole race. So yeah, it was a good day today.
Definitely was. Yeah. So yeah, congrats on your victory. And yeah, I think that'll be all from us for the interview, and we'll see you
Yeah.
in Belgium.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yep,
See
take
ya.
care. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Hopefully, we can confirm there was actually a grand slam, because I don't know when that happened in LRC last time, to be honest. So then, let's check who else is on the list. Nadewell. I think it's Grenade, so we'll also bring him in.
Yeah.
Hello, Nade.
Hello, hello.
So then, P2 in the end. You had quite a fight with AJ, but then obviously with his penalty, it probably confirmed your spot onto the podium. But yeah, there was a few fights in the field as well, which was very nice to see. What do you have any comments from how it went from your side?
Yeah, in contrast to last week's race, today was really smooth. I just did the best I could, and I mean it got me P2, so I'm pretty glad about that. Um, the race with AJ was pretty good. We kept it clean, we kept it on the road, and it helped both of us get in front of the two stop that Afari was doing. That he probably would have caught up to us would be us be fighting, but obviously Elias is still way above the road, so this it is what it is. But
Yeah,
I enjoyed the P2. I'm happy with that. So I come out of Brazil pretty happy.
yeah, definitely. I think a very solid race from your side. It was definitely clean as you said between you and AJ, and obviously I think you two just kept your ground most of the race. But yeah, it was very nice. That's also all from me. I can't lie. Herman, anything from your side?
Yeah, just picking on your brain on the strategy there. You were in a fight early on after the pack behind you like start clashing each other, and you were in there with AJ and also Afari, who's opted for two stop. What were your thoughts about the tires? Because there was like early drivers pitting, even though they didn't have like the softest tire on. You and AJ were also on different tire strategies, so obviously you managed a lot and there was no real fighting like we saw in the mid pack, but how were your feelings about the tires before the pit stop?
Whew, before the pit stop, I knew the softs would fall off like 8-10 laps in. So at the start I managed to get P4, then a few battles I tried to make it up some places and just use like the peak grip of the tire. But then I knew the fall of what's going on, so I went like, okay, let's manage this. Let's get to let's get to the pit stop with decent tire grip. Um, and then we push with the medium tire that I know without so much fuel and with a little bit of cleaner air probably will last a little bit longer. So I managed the tire so hard. I wasn't really pushing from like lap 8-9. I just felt like the tire going off, so I went like, okay, let's just put back, still get the DRS, but just to not push the tire. And yeah, it was a management race, I would say, but
Mm-hmm.
interesting because like I saw the 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 two stop that I thought it was trying to do, and it was an interesting choice for me. I thought I'm like, okay, maybe I can keep him behind because like there was gonna be like a 20 seconds gap between the two of us plus traffic, and thankfully AJ and me didn't fight. Like the both of us were on the same wavelength. Um, Again, he did an amazing race. We raced very well, and yeah, we managed to keep the gap and not fall behind nobody.
Yeah, very well executed from you two there, and also props to you for realizing the situation that there was like a chance of faster drivers, even if they had penalties. And AJ just got us in the late stages of the race there, so well done to you too. And yeah, hope to see you on the next race as well on the podium.
Yep, in Spa.
Thank you very much,
Yep,
Hal.
take care.
I'm hoping the same.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck to
All
you.
right, bye bye.
Good luck, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So let's see now. AJ has his microphone muted, but he's not deafened, so he'll hear us. Hello, AJ. Give you a bit of time. Don't worry, mate. I've got all day. Okay, well.
I don't.
Exactly that's what I'm saying.
You.
Oh, there we
There
go.
he
There
is.
we go. I was just about to disconnect from the voice chat, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. So P3, fighting with Nadewar in the end. It was very nice to see, but then unfortunately he had a penalty, and that's basically put you out of the running of P2. But any comments from your perspective, please?
Honestly, it was a great race. I did not expect to have the pace I did, or did not expect my pace to be better than other people. But no, it was a good race. Had a lot of fun battling Nade, and the penalty was unfortunate. I don't know how that happened, but it is what it is. So yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's it still was a podium, and I think it's still a very good drive from you. And of course, no, I think you were the only Red Bull on track. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah, okay. But bouncing back from fifth and third place, I think is put you in a pretty solid position in the standing. So yeah, that's very good. That's all for what I have to say. Anything from Herman?
Yeah, I just wanted to pick your brain as well there on the strategy. Was it very different for multiple drivers today? And you find yourself in with Nate well and Afari also at the start of the race when like this middle group started to work out what position they want to be in. You were ahead, and then strategy played out. You were in earlier, and then Afari was on a two-stop. What do you make of the tires for this race? Because like you were on a harder strategy compared to Nate, where you managed a lot, both of them at the end there, and try to not fight so other people could catch up. So, what was your take on the tire strategy going into the pit stop phase?
I knew from quality that those offs weren't gonna last long for me, or they're gonna feel like really bad when they got more tire wear. I wasn't sure if people were gonna do two stop. I know it was like just like a couple seconds slower. I always know that for this game, especially for my setups, I like to run the harder tires, so like medium hards. And I find more comfort and more pace on like worn hard. So I was just like I'll just go on that for now. I did pit. I feel like I pit a little too early, but that was because my force feedback on my controller kept turning off. So I was just like, all right, let me just pit and try to fix this real quick. Um, it worked out for me. So yeah.
Yeah, there was some moments I caught you like a bit of sliding in the mid sector, but there was always like enough time to get back to. So well executed by you, and congratulations also from my side on your podium here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, congratulations. I'll see you for Belgium.
Yeah, I probably won't do well there. So
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Right, but yeah, bye
yeah,
bye.
yeah. Later.
Goodbye.
Okay, so next up is Coolest, reserving for today, so he won't pick up any points, but he's still fourth, and from 12th on the grid, I think it's a very good result for him.
Yes.
Any votes?
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Yo.
Yes, so P4 from 12th on the grid, and not really in the midst of things, but I think you were definitely in the fight for a few positions. But yeah, anything from your side?
Yeah, I think I was more in the battles earlier on when I was still on the soft toes at the start of the race. Like that midfield train was just like insane. We had like 7 or 8 cars that are fighting together. Like I called it heart attack racing at the time because you go through every corner and you're like side by side with another car, somebody else trying to overtake you. So it was pretty stressful. Was not good for my tires either. I forgot to change the tire pressures from quali, so my soft tires were getting destroyed. So I took it. I took the fighting as a sign. I should probably just make an early pit stop. And somehow the undercut was powerful enough that I think because all of those guys were fighting, I was able to make up like a ton of places, even though I went onto hards, which was good because if I went on mediums, they would have been dead before the end because I had to pit so early. But yeah, worked out pretty good. And then from from the pit stop till the end, it was pretty much just managing the battery. Trying to use as much as I can without losing overall. And then keeping up the best pace that I could. I had no clue where I was going to finish. I was just waiting to see how it shaked out with people pitting and everything. And then somehow it emerged out it could be like P5, and I was like, damn, that'd be nice. And it's like, oh, I could actually be P4 because of Fari pit.
Yeah.
And his pace fell off on the softs quite quickly. So he was he got past me and then got up to Blazer, and then was never able to get clear of Blazer. So with the penalties, I was like, I didn't need to fight anyone. Like I could have fought Blazer for like a good 10 laps, but I was just using him for DRS so that I could, because I knew he had the penalties. So yeah, I just playing a boring but strategic race at the end, and then somehow I end up shithouse in a P4. It's pretty big.
With the penalties, it definitely beat up a few positions, but yeah, it was a very good race from you. That's all for what I have to say. Herman, is there anything from your side?
Yeah, there were a lot of big battles going on around you, and especially like from P5 down to 9th at some time. I want to pick your brain on how your hard tires were like at the end, because you're still like in some range of Blazer, and obviously his penalties, there was no fight, as you mentioned, or no real reason to fight him. But still early on, like you had the pace to just clear out people, and then how do you stay away from the track limits when the fighting is that hard and everyone seems to be pushing each other a bit there, and some laugh taps here and there. So how was your overall concern about tires, especially considering track limits, because your tires were worn at the end there?
Yeah, they were definitely going off towards the end, but I think because they were on the hards, like the tire wear was like it was low enough that you could do mediums. So on hards, it was like generally going to be fine to survive. So because I wasn't fighting the whole time, I was like able to make them last. I don't know what number they were on, like what percentage at the end, but they were definitely starting to go off. I was having to be a lot easier on the throttle, but yeah, with the track limits, I don't know how, but I just never had any issues with that this race. It's always been a tough one for me, like in previous games. But this is obviously my first league race on the game, so I don't know if this is gonna last. But yeah, track limits was fine. I think because I was just like managing the pace rather than pushing the whole time. I don't think I ever even got a single warning somehow.
Yeah, that was quite important to get none there, and you seem to be staying the
Sure.
coolest in terms of track limits there. So
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, that'll be it for the interview, and we'll probably see you for Belgium, or if you're going to commentate, either one. We'll be seeing either, I guess.
Indeed, yeah. I'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye bye.
goodbye.
Bye.
Hang on a minute. We'll be back in a second.
Yeah,
Herman,
no worries.
Herman, if you want to interview the next candidate, if you can.
Yeah, can you move them in, because I can't
Yeah, no
see the
worries. I will.
channel.
Let's see. So Fari.
Yeah, fire would be nice.
I want to interview Kutas Cuban guy, but I'll let you take the wheel.
Okay.
I moved in the wrong place. There you go.
Yo,
Good evening, Dovcuman.
what's up?
Congratulations on your good result there. That was a tough one to fight through today, and also with your teammate, that seems to be some highlights and maybe some heat in the early stages of this race. Talk us through how was the start to your race, and especially until that. Let's call it war. Honestly, it was a midfield war, and you have been getting out on top of some of these penalties, guys. So, how was the race from your perspective?
Yeah, it was it was good and chaotic. Me and Blazer, we were fighting hard at the beginning, but there's no more heat. We talked it out. It's everything's all right now. Yeah, it was just chaotic. Brazil's my worst track, and it was just been DRS train after DRS train after DRS train. A lot of these guys kept coming back that should not be in DRS train. Just kept coming back into like what P8, P9, 7. Like it's just been a whole battle because of the powerful slipstream and DRS this game has. And the battles are fun. Don't get me wrong, they're fun, but they're also kind of chaotic. I didn't expect Brazil to be this chaotic today. So yeah.
Yeah, despite the chaos you're mentioning in there was like no safety car, no major crash that like caused any concerns to the safety of the in-game stewards. Talk me through how you perceive the strategies tonight, because we had multiple different options throughout the race for different drivers that ended up in different positions regarding of what we in the commentary booth thought here. So what was your take on tires tonight before the pit stop phase hit?
Well, firstly, I was thinking about going soft media, but I didn't trust, the top. I didn't trust myself on the soft, so I just went, media harm. It worked out. It was all right, but I guess that was kind of like the wrong strategy. I guess I think soft medium would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, that was pretty hard to manage, but yeah, multiple drivers were shockingly on some tires, and others like couldn't get the softs till the part where it would benefit from any positions gain. So that was hard to manage, but you pulled through at the NP6. That is still a good result. Just let me get your thoughts on Belgium next time out. Do you like this track, and what do you expect from you there?
Yeah, I like Belgium more than Silverstone and Brazil combined. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm gonna be more confident there. Get some practice here and there to get more confident, even more confident. But I think Belgium is gonna be more DRS train heavy, if I'm honest. And it's gonna be more chaotic battles. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has a high likelihood. Yeah.
Yeah, and just I think it will be better there if it rains, if I'm honest with you, because it's much better to watch in the rain in Belgium. But yeah, I wasn't here for it, but I hope this is the end of the interview. So we'll be seeing you for Belgium then.
All right, thanks.
Goodbye. And Loxon did race as well, so we have only 2 to go. We did interview AJ. So let's go with Blazer now. He is muted, but let's see if we can get him to talk. Hello, Blazer. Hello.
Hello.
Check. Okay. Yeah, P9 would have been higher without those penalties, but I think the first thing I want to mention is the battles you've had with the drivers. It was so fun to watch in that pack. It was just absolutely exhilarating from start to finish. What was it? What was it like when you were fighting those drivers all race?
Well, it was pretty entertaining to watch them fight in front of me, and then when I got in the mix of it, it was stressful. I was battling with Q-Man a lot. Got a little bit of contact with him at certain points, but other than that, it was very respectful between everyone, and I ended up breaking away after my final pit stop.
Yeah, he did, and eventually finished the race quite quiet. But obviously, I can't remember where you were. I think like P6 around, or P4 or P5. I don't know. It was around that. You won for big points.
P4 on track.
Okay, P4 on track. But yeah, it could have been more if not for the penalties. But I think still to finish with 2 points after that skirmish of battles, it was a very impressive nonetheless. That's all from me. Anything from Heman?
Yeah, just wanted to ask you about how you perceived your qualifying performance tonight. There were some people who think that would have likely been higher, but your name in qualifying also seems to be up there some stages. So was there a bit more in your lap, or do you think that was like the maximum you could do today?
Probably, I think that was the best stop I could have done. Unfortunately, it all got revoked in turn 1 when I got involved in a crash with Perhaps, which put me down to P13, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, that was the only tangle we saw there as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, better luck for you in Belgium then. Fingers crossed that you don't speed in the pit lane again.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main point of what went wrong in your race. Okay.
Yeah, speeding was horrible.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be the end of the interview. Thank you for attending, and we'll be seeing you for Belgium.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, bye bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, Phil is also in the interview waiting room, so I don't know if I'll be interviewing him, but our penultimate candidate will be Mr. Zoxon.
Oh god,
Hello, hello.
of course.
Yes, of course. Come on, you're in the waiting room, anyways. But in the end, P12. I think he did have a few penalties as well. If I'm wrong, probably am. But...
Just saying a 3 second.
Okay.
Nothing more.
Yeah, I think you were in the mix for a few battles, but in the end, came without any points. Sorry, just got no points in the end. Any comments from how your race went as a whole?
Well, was nearly a bit over when I guess it was lap 3. I was fighting with Perhaps and then went into nuclear as I broke into the braking zone like normally, but if you have a lot of cars in front of you, it can be a bit tricky. So yeah, that happened, and then yeah, nothing more. Just had not real pace. I think Mercedes itself has struggled as well. We are not going to say that was because of one of our sponsor, CloudStrike. Not because of that, but yeah, we just had no pace. Nah, that's it.
Sorry, jeez. Yeah, that's gonna be all from me. Don't really have much question to ask. Herman, how about you?
Yeah, just wanted to pick your brain. That's Zoxon. There was a similar incident in the British Grand Prix, and you were spun and collected by that. Today, another incident early on that seemed to be compromising a race from the get-go, basically. So, how do you expect yourself to be getting away from these incident-prone drivers, maybe in Belgium next time? Because you want some points as well for your teammate. He was fighting up there, pinned it like his name says, and now maybe you want to try to redeem yourself after that, even though these incidents didn't to seem to be your fault. So, what is your game plan for next time?
I see that I have more time to focus on that race next weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna do what I must. Belgium is a good track for me. I'm not quite sure how it feels like in the new version, in the new game. What can happen now with there could be more track limits at radio now that the house is gone. But anyway, despite of that, it is still the same. It is still the same track. So let's see how this goes. The track is not that different, but the game is. I just have to go with the game, learn the game more, how it reacts, and yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, wishing you good luck there for next time. So maybe there's not a Mercedes spinning 360 at an early lap in the race.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. See you for Belgium, and bye bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We'll bring in Phil, see if he realizes, and we'll see what we go. And then after this, we'll go on to the clips. Are you watching the stream? Are you?
There's this entrance sound.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I muted that. Yeah. You were in the mix for the fights in that really tight battle with Blazer, Natos, and who was it? Darth Cuman.
Exactly.
Coolers at some stage as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kudus at some stage as well. But
Yeah.
then obviously there was like a contact between you and Cuman, and
Yeah,
and that's
it would be nice to call it a fucking contact, I guess.
whatever. Yeah, but that's practically ended your race as a whole. Any comments from how it went from your side?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get why I'm so unlucky here. And everything went wrong with the strategy last time in Silverstone, and now I'm getting fucked here. It's like I don't really know what's the point anymore. I'm really fucking mad. I punched my wheel multiple times after the race. I punched the wall. I screamed like a fucking lunatic. You should put me in the fucking mental asylum or something because I'm not sane anymore. Honestly.
Is that all? Okay.
Speechless.
Yeah,
Just speechless.
Just speechless.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. It's absolutely.
I don't get it. I'm not bad. I'm not bad, but like, what the fuck is it? I mean, I'm not the best. Obviously, you see it from my, and I know Brazil would be a hard race from my time trial perspective. I tried practice a full fucking lot, but still, like, it's always outside factors that ruin me. Always. And like it's the third time in a row that it happened in Brazil. It was in season 5, it was in season 6, and now in season 7. This track will curse me forever.
Yeah, couldn't tell. Your head is absolutely your head's in the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all. That's gonna be all from me. Anything from Herman?
Yeah, I just wanted to know how you perceived like the strategy battles early on, because like there was a bunch of mixed options there, and obviously, as you said, there was maybe not the best option picked by you last time. Before the incident, how do you think was this like stretching of the softs for you going, and especially then having the fresher mediums there at the end?
Honestly, the softs are fine. I felt really decent on the softs, especially when they also were like in high percentage. But the mediums were just, I don't know why the mediums are slower than hards. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. Some drivers were asking the same, I think, in sub stage, but yeah. Yeah, just wishing you the best of luck for Belgium, because I can see the frustration there, and
Yeah,
that was unnecessary and so late in the race as well. So
if I bother to show up, let's see.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. We'll be seeing you in Belgium in a week's time. Take
Yeah.
care. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So that was quite a long.
Some emotion finally.
Yeah. We finally got some emotion, I guess. But yeah, quite a lengthy interview session. But now we can finally move on to the clips, which so far we have 18 of them approximately, but we'll be seeing as we move on. So I'll just hope to God that it's correct this time.
Yeah, just leaving you this here, and still need some stuff to be done. So enjoyed it with you. Hope the viewers did as well, and have a good one. See you.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I need to
Okay.
head off
Okay,
early.
no worries. Yeah, cheers for coming on, man. It was nice to commentate.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Have a good day. Stay safe, boy. Okay, well, guess we'll do it by our own then. Yeah, but it was nice to commentate with him. I'd like to congratulate him once again. Hello. Oh, hi, Phil.
Your screen is.
Yes, I know. I'm fixing it right now.
Okay. If you want, I guess I join you for this clip for
Yeah,
the
no
clips.
worries. Fine then, I guess. There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, just trying to test that. Alright, cool. There we go. Okay, so first clip by Blazer, and it's definitely with that. It's definitely including the
Okay,
big
could-
fight.
could-
And definitely.
Could you just put on the Discord stream
Oh yeah, no worries.
so that I see you with you that it's not delayed?
Okay, is it good?
It should be good. Wait, let me see. Yep, it's okay.
Cool. So first clip provided by us from Blazer in this large bout that I think we're going to be seeing most of in this clip section. Very low sound. Oh. had to take evasive action. I think
Green flag.
As we just
And,
saw once again.
let's see.
Ooh.
Shadow got collected by the Alpine.
Yeah, that's what happened to Shadow.
I think that was Unitas. Yeah.
Green flag.
And then had to take evasive action. Fortunately for him, no contact there. Next
Yeah,
up,
that's lucky for Blazer.
yep, by Darth Cuman from the start of the race in the
Cockpit cam.
cockpit cam, yeah.
Interesting.
Don't see this much in league racing, but anyways. Let's see, does he get a good start from the line? He does.
It's definitely better than mine.
Yep, definitely better than yours. Ooh, there's a bit of contact.
Yeah, and then here the perhaps
There's
incident.
that, which I did see a few like seconds into the start. Just it's being sprayed everywhere. I just saw on the. I don't know who got boxed in like that. Because I like trains, and that's what made him have that bad start. But here's a clip from you now.
That's my race end,
Oh, is it?
basically.
Yeah, of course that fucking is real. Yeah.
And we got some commentary as always provided.
As always.
Down to the Interlagos. Maybe contact here.
Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, he just didn't leave me enough space.
Rewatch it again.
Okay, what the fuck?
It looks like that to me. Maybe we should just. But I don't know. I'm not gonna point fingers. I can't lie. They were love taps. More battles from Darth Cuman's perspective.
Oh yeah, that was a really interesting battle up ahead. We got pretty lucky that we could escape some tomfoolery.
Oh yeah, this was entertaining to watch. Yeah, Kudus had to go off the curb. Maxcon almost losing it as well. I mean.
Yeah, and like Max, we all had to dodge Max from here.
Yeah, lots of barging and touching wheels on the rears, but yeah. They got part 2. They're already on lap 7, close to lap 3. So there he goes, using his ERS and opening the DRS. Oh, that's when Shadow got collected yet again. It was already down the field actually. And then,
Yeah, that was.
And then yeah, that's where eventually got race ended, but I think he still recovered to the points.
Not really his fault, I guess.
Yeah. Just watch it back. But it's on the inside, and then yeah, I think Unatos broke a bit later than him, and just tapped him on the rear, which sent him spinning around. Okay, this is from perhaps.
Yeah, this is on.
Unsafe as fuck. Can we increase the quality, please? Thank you.
Yeah, that's after I got caught out by Cuman and I didn't look on the map.
Under control, yes.
Really good.
Mitä vittua se tekee?
Yeah, this is my fault. I didn't look on the map. I was way too aggro on Cuman on that point, so I didn't watch the map as I should have had.
Oh, this reminds me of I think of season 5 in Belgium, where I had to take evasive action when Kimi just turned into my racing line.
Yes.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
I somehow do. I can't lie.
Everything under control.
But yeah.
Yeah,
It was way closer from my view. It was just exiting out the big straight, but yeah. I can't show you real quick. I mean, I think I have the clip for it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
we don't.
we'll waste time with it. Whatever. That's what.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Another clip from Darth Cuman in this battle yet again.
Yeah, again with me. Bro, we overtook us so many times. Like I don't.
Another bit of contact. And obviously, Cuman and Blazer fighting all race from teammates. Forgot to ask them that question, like the inter-team battle. as Blazer almost losing it in the rearview mirror. And
yeah, that's where my softs gave out a bit.
just a very bit of a decent bit of defensive driving, but Burmeister got through in the end from Darth Keeman. But yeah, perhaps with a very eventful title, with a very good title.
Yeah, I know why he said that.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
saw it.
probably an incident involving him and Zoxon. Bit of contact. Oh, sent nuclear bubble round. Oh, got super unlucky as well.
Yeah, but it was nothing that perhaps could have done here.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just he was in the wrongest place at the wrongest time.
Yeah, just was a passenger, couldn't do much.
Helvetti!
Okay, more clips from Darth Keeman.
You should go back out onto the TV cam. Oh, that's the incident from his perspective.
Oh yes. Let's see, was shaking all over the track, coming out of the CNSs. But here we go now. You have DRS, who's aware of it.
Yeah, he just
Oh, yeah,
turns
he
into me.
He just stuck to the line. I can't lie.
Yeah, and I was clearly alongside. So let me sneak that clip real quick to put it in my ticket. Wait.
Go on, get him.
He's not getting away with that because
Yeah.
I'm a bit salty.
While you do that, he's got another clip for us. With you again.
We were fighting the whole race, so I don't really get why it had to end like that.
There was so much contact and barging in the race. Wow. Good 3 wide. Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, and
almost ended badly, but somehow still on track. All of you. That's all 3 of you.
Yeah, like I said, it worked for most of the time.
Now we have face cams Oxen.
My goals.
That was so close.
Oh, it's his perspective of the incident.
Oh yeah, when
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, he did the normal braking point, which clearly didn't work here. Unfortunate.
Sorry, man. Fuck. I was entangled.
That's literally every braking incident I have. Just brake too late, and then that's what happened. You spin someone out. I did that back in a league race not too long ago, but yeah. Here's another clip from Darth Keeman.
Let's see.
He was just in the distance, but Ben Meister.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why the mediums didn't work like they should have. I don't know. Another strategy fail from my side today.
Oh! Almost lost it. Ben Meister late on the brakes, but he managed to keeps on the road.
That's not late. That's criminally late.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, all doing this in the cockpit cam. I have to give it to him. Don't know how he does it.
Yeah, actually good save by.
I say,
what is this?
When we now
Oh God.
Don't worry if the car behind tries to overtake you, they've got a time penalty.
Hang on, a bit loud. Just bring it down a bit.
Come back to us.
Let's see
Is
if
this
next one does.
I don't see any spins.
So far on that.
It's still the battle here.
I think it's I think we have to look back in the cam.
This is another second to see the love and very great from Max Con.
Yeah,
Yeah.
using the grip advantage here really nicely towards
Yeah,
him.
exactly. Did just that for
Is he now the shell behind him? Oh no, Coolest is fighting again. I think Max Burn just cut that poorly.
But yeah, no, it was very good from him. And the final clip today is from Kateshi.
Pateshi, let's see what my poet Pateshi is doing.
Kateshi.
Oi,
Ooh,
whoa!
that was a good save. I'll
A
give
really
it to
good
him.
save. I have to say that as well.
It's-
Better than mine.
Watch it back. Swingling. There we go. And
Good him.
yeah, very great. Okay, so I'll just stretch a bit and I'll end this silly stream soon.
The silly stream.
But yeah, absolutely, yeah. What a race, as Brazil always provides. Just very great. Loved every second of it, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm sure you didn't.
I'm a bit calmer now, but yeah, it's the really unfortunate both races, no points, but let's hope I can hopefully get one or something. And like Belgium normally is better for me.
So yeah, stream. Thank you for tuning in for Interlagos. Very excellent race to watch. No safety cars, just great and hard racing from all the drivers we had today. So
Yeah.
congrats them for it. And yeah, I've been your host with Herman, who had left a bit early. But yeah, that was round 2 of Interlagos. We'll be seeing you for the next round in Belgium. Let's hope for a wet one. See you soon.
We will see. Goodbye everyone, thank you for watching.